My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
Rabble, 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 rabble.
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer.
What did you call me?
Warden? How will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? What do they offer you? How much is the price of Ferelden honor now?
I'm not the one who betrayed Ferelden.
Some of us are curious, Loghain, about precisely what happened at Ostagar.
So, one of Kaelin's killers would dare speak of betrayal. You led our king to his death with your grandiose tales of griffins flying into battle.
Damn. Should I just, like, straight up tell him about the slaves? You sold Ferelden citizens into slavery to fund your war.
What's this? There is no slavery in Ferelden. Explain yourself.
There is no saving the alienage. Damage from the riots has yet to be repaired. There are bodies still rotting in their homes. It is not a place I would send my worst enemy. There is no chance of holding it if the Blight comes here. Despite what you may think, Warden, I have done my duty. Whatever my regrets may be for the elves, I have done what was needed for the good of Ferelden.
Well, you know, if I say, did you let Howie torture citizens for the good of Ferelden? He's basically just gonna clean his hands off of it, like, oh, Howie was doing that by himself, I had no idea, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think I should try to persuade him. So you admit now that the Blight is real?
I can vouch for the reality of the threat, if anyone cares to doubt it.
No one disputes that the Blight is real. The only question is whether or not we believe that only Grey Wardens may end it. For all your claims, your exalted order failed spectacularly to defeat the Darkspawn at Ostagar. Does anyone expect you to fare better against the Archdemon? But enough of this. I have a question for you, Warden. What have you done with my daughter?
What are you talking about?
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself.
Ta-da!
Lords
Ha-ha!
and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know. This man is not the hero of Riverdane. This man turned his troops aside and refused to protect your king as he fought bravely against the Darkspawn. This man seized Kaelin's throne before his body was cold and locked me away so I could not reveal his treachery.
Damn!
I would have already been killed, if not for this Grey Warden.
Holy crap! Jesus! Why did I even come to the Landsmeet? The Queen speaks the truth. I bet if I say this, he's gonna be like, no, he poisoned the Queen's mind. Some bullshit. The Queen speaks the truth. Fuck it.
So, the Warden's influence has poisoned even your mind, Enora. I wanted to protect you from this. My lords and ladies! Our land has been threatened before! It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Woo!
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden.
The
Yeah!
Western Hills throw their lot in with the Wardens.
Damn,
Wait to
everyone!
help us.
I stand by Loghain.
You're bald!
No hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The Blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
Exactly. Look at the third option. Ha! You lose!
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives?
That was
You
back
fought
then.
with us once, Eamon. You cared about this land once. Before you got too old and fat and content to even see what you risk.
Damn.
None of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have
Not even the
spilled blood
bird.
for this land the way I have. How dare you judge me?
Call off your man and we'll settle this honorably.
Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this.
A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marek told me that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me.
Enough. Let the Landsmeet declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
You know, I actually would love to have Alistair as the champion. But that said, my Mabari will be my champion. But that said, I think if I let Alistair fight, I won't have like a choice later. Alright, but anyway, I'll fight this duel myself.
It is you or me the men will follow. So, let us fight for it.
Let's do it.
Prepare yourself.
Dude, this is gonna be so easy. Like, I'm not a tank. I'm going to easily destroy Loghain. Alright, so let's see. Activate this. Activate this. And let's go.
This should be easy.
Let's see if he's more of a challenge. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, wait, yeah, yes he is, yes he is.
You had it coming.
Oh, damn. He almost killed me.
I underestimated you, Warden.
Jesus.
I thought you were like Kalen, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere since Marek died. I yield.
And I accept your surrender.
I didn't just hear you say that. You're going to let him live? After everything he's done? Kill him already!
Wait, there is another option. The Tairn is a warrior and general of renown.
His face.
Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining.
Would it even work? He's not exactly loyal to us.
What does loyalty matter? We are what we are. The joining binds us to the Darkspawn. You know this. If you were to forswear your oath and flee today, you'd find yourself in the deep roads, or the blight lands given time. You'd seek them out, or they'd seek you.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
It does.
Absolutely not! Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you. How can we simply forget that?
Riordan has a point. We should put him through the joining.
Joining the Wardens is an honor, not a punishment. Name him a warden and you cheapen us all. I will not stand next to him as a brother. I won't.
And that's fair. You know, I respect that. We need all help we can get, Alistair. Yeah, and he's not going to be a general anymore. He's just going to be a Grey Warden, just like us. Like, yeah, we need all the help we can get.
Loghain is a traitor. We need him like we need to be stabbed in the back. Or have you forgotten how his being a great general didn't help the last time? I didn't want to be king. I still don't. But if that's what it takes to see Loghain get justice, then I'll do it. I'll take the crown.
Listen to this. Can you see how disastrous a king he'd be? Putting his own selfish desires above the needs of his country? You can't seriously support him.
You know, this whole thing with Alistair and Loghain, it kind of just makes Alistair even more hardened, doesn't it? So in the end, I feel like this whole experience will just make him become a better king. I thought the two of you were going to marry.
And I thought you weren't going to stab me in the back. Funny how nothing ever turns out like you thought.
Alistair, compose yourself.
Fine, you want Loghain and the Grey Wardens so badly, then I'll be leaving the Wardens to marry Honora.
And this is actually a good thing. Overall, this is a good thing. Because he needs to focus on being a king and not being a Grey Warden. And you know that he's like super angry right now. But in the end, I'm pretty sure that he will learn to forgive us. Because, you know, I feel like this is actually for the greater good. And besides, we kind of just proved, like right now, that we are worthy. So Loghain would be on our side anyway. You know what? Good. Let's get on with this. Fuck it.
Right.
And now, lords and ladies of Ferelden, there is still a blight to defeat and armies to gather. And I appoint this man to lead us in both. We will not allow this land be further threatened by the Archdemon. Gather your forces and await the Warden's command. On the morrow, we shall begin our struggle against the greatest threat Ferelden has ever faced. And we shall triumph over it, for we are Ferelden.
I will not ignore Loghain's past deeds.
You are called upon to submit yourself to the Taint for the greater good. From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden.
I understand.
And my new tank too.
So it's done. My father lives, and for good or ill, he is now a Grey Warden. Thank you for giving him the opportunity to undergo the ritual. It couldn't have been easy.
He has a lot to redeem himself for.
He does indeed. And my future husband is upstairs, no doubt glaring out of the window and pouting. He is so much like Cailan, it's disturbing.
Don't be so hard on him. He has a bad day. And he's gonna have a lot more bad days. I should talk to him.
If you like. I suspect he's not apt to be very receptive in that mood.
It's fine.
Earl Eamon has left for Redcliffe and tells me that our armies have almost fully gathered there. I will be heading there myself. Bring your companions and join us at Redcliffe Castle as soon as you are able. You have united for Ferelden, Warden. Now we face the Blight.
So the reason why I basically I didn't pardon Loghain, but I decided not to kill him, is that Loghain did just so much good for Ferelden. Like I know that his hate for Orlais blinded him at the end, but beneath all of that, I still think that Loghain is capable of doing good. So I want to give him a chance to redeem himself. And let's be totally honest. If Loghain dies or not, it doesn't change Alistair's life whatsoever from here on out. Alistair is the king, and he will stay the king. He will learn to rule properly, and that's it. And that doesn't change. It doesn't matter if Loghain dies, if Loghain lives. Like, Alistair's life is like set in stone. So I think it's for the greater good if Loghain is given a chance to redeem himself, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what we did. What about you, Ogrim? Now this guy doesn't redeem himself at all.
I got a moment, sure.
All right, brother. All right.
Aye. All right then.
All right. It is what it is. It is what it is. Alistair is gonna be so pissed. It is what it is. Here he is. Does he still like me? Let me see. He still likes me, so at least there's that.
Oh, there you are. Come to offer congratulations, I suppose? Maybe you intend to throw me a party to celebrate my engagement.
Isn't there a good side to this at all?
A good side? Loghain let all the Grey Wardens die. Let his king die. All because he thought he alone could defend Ferelden against the dreaded Orlesians. No matter what your plans are, he deserved to die. He deserved justice. And you made him one of us.
Damn, dude. I've never heard this dialogue before. Damn, did you see that? I've never seen Alistair this angry before. This is awesome. It's so different. I am so curious to see what he says on these two options. If I say killing him won't bring Duncan back, he will just say that it will at least make him feel better. Let's see. Killing him won't bring Duncan back.
It would have meant Duncan could rest easier. Me too. But why should I complain, right? I'm the king now, and with a beautiful fiancée who is going to remind me of her father every time I look at her. I'll make the best of it, I guess. I'm not going to roll over and let Honora rule, that's for sure.
Nice!
Well, good luck, I suppose. You have a lot to do now. And so do I.
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Did he give me my armor back? Okay, he gave me everything back, so at least there's that. I kind of really want to talk to Loghain. Like, I've never talked to him. I always kill Loghain.
Yes.
Damn. Whoa, look how badass he looks.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed. Let's go to camp.
Tan Logan, you must have great stories about King Merrick.
Oh? Are you looking for a new slant on the ones they tell in Orlais?
No. Oh, does everything have to be about nationality with you? Why must every moment of life have to be a matter of politics? Do you think they do not admire Merrick in Orlais? Because they do. There is nothing like a dashing rebel prince to capture the imagination, you know.
Even when he rebels against you?
Especially then. It makes him roguish, much more romantic. And if he must face overwhelming numbers of chevaliers with only a few untrained farmers, then he's even more valiant.
Leliana, this runs counter to all sense and accountability.
People aren't sensible creatures all the time, and stories are accountable to no one. Have you never loved a tall tale simply because it made your heart race? You can all you like. You know I'm right.
She's right. Damn, she got him. Hey, dog. You have anything to say to our new main man around here? Where is he? Oh, Loghain, that's where that's where Alistair used to stand.
I passed your test. Fate has a twisted sense of humor, it seems. I suppose you think I'm some sort of monster. More so since I survived your ritual. You keep striking at me, and I just refuse to die decently.
I don't think you're a monster.
You're a poor liar, you know. It's kind of you to say so all the same. We must settle things between us somehow or other, or neither of us will get any work done. So, what will it be?
See, and that's the proof that he himself, like, he was talking about, like, a monster because he himself knows that the things that he did were monstrous. He's kind of judging himself by using you. You know what I mean? We're going to have to work together.
Is that punishment meant for me or for you? And just like that, we're allies. I can't imagine it's so simple. I don't know what concession you want from me, Warden. I expect my word will not satisfy you.
I need to know I can trust you, man.
Nothing I can say will prove that. Either I will be worthy of trust or I won't. I think it's time we got to the point here. What do you want from me? I can't imagine that you spared my life in the Landsmeet by accident. You have some plan in mind.
I'm giving you a chance. I want you to take it.
Fortunate for me, then, that I've always been a man to take chances. I'm hardly blind to the irony of this situation. All of this can rightly be called my fault. Whether or not you can do better remains to be seen. But if you can make this the end, Warden, I will follow you, I swear it.
We will find a way to end this plight.
Andraste, help us, then. We should speak no more of this at present. Time's wasting.
Damn, Loghain approves times 19.
Did you want something?
Why'd you hate Orlais so much?
Hate doesn't describe it. I've seen painted, masked lords beat an old farmer to death with riding crops. To this day, I don't know why. Is that hate? I saw good, sensible men fight armored chevaliers with nothing. No weapons, no armies, not even hope of success to see the occupation end. Is that hate?
Maybe it isn't hate, but it isn't the right thing either.
Nothing about war is right. It's a force of nature, like rain, or wind, or faith. It simply exists, and we deal with its consequences.
I don't like that way of thinking. I understand what he's saying, but I don't like that. Because, you know, I think we should stop ending war, even though it's like probably something that will never happen. Ever, 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 ever. But having this mindset of just, like, accepting it and not double think, like, decisions to not end war, it's not good either. You know what I mean? You fought for the right reasons then. Why not now?
My reasons weren't wrong. I wanted to defend my home. I made tactical errors, however. You won't believe me when I tell you this, but it doesn't matter. I never fought because I hated Orlais. This was for Merrick and for Reldon.
Yeah, you fought Orlais even when they weren't the enemy.
I made a tactical error.
So he accepts it. All right, that's cool. Yeah, you know what? All of that was in the past. Yeah, it was. He shouldn't forget it, but he shouldn't let like his decisions now be influenced by the stuff that happened in the past. Like, you should be mindful of the past, but you shouldn't just like be so focused on it. Like, he needs to learn to move on. And remember, Cailan was actually in good talks with the Orlesians, so... yeah, all of that was in the past.
The past is always with us. It's in our bones and our blood, and we wear it on our skin. You can think otherwise, but you'll never get far without it.
Yeah, but that doesn't justify what you did.
No, it doesn't. I failed. Lives were in my hands, and I failed.
Damn!
Nothing excuses that.
Exactly.
In any case, there's no use discussing this. We have much work left to do.
Cool. Alright, well, I want to ask something else.
Go ahead.
How well did you know King Merrick?
He was my friend. If he'd wanted to conquer the Fade, I would have led the charge.
How did you meet him?
I was hunting, well, poaching, to be entirely honest, when a boy my own age came stumbling out of the woods. He was so dirty, you'd have thought he'd been dug up out of the ground.
And what was he running from?
The traitorous bootlickers who just murdered the Queen, though I didn't know it at the time. He was bloody, exhausted, and obviously being hunted. I offered to take him to my father's camp.
Well, yeah, camp? I thought you were a farmer, yeah.
That's a story for another time, I'm afraid. I've gone on too long as it is.
What? That was like half a story. That wasn't even the full story. Why didn't he acknowledge Alistair?
He nearly did. Merrick was never one to avoid his duty. And given his preference, he would have acknowledged his son no matter the circumstance. But he had more than his honor to think of. It would have ruined Rowan, after all. She'd be reduced to a concubine in the eyes of our neighbors and put Kaelin's status as heir in question. So Merrick made the hard choice. Eamon offered to raise the boy, and that was that.
But Kaelin took a peasant's daughter as queen, yeah.
I was turned by then, and a general. You can buy respect through birth or by bloodshed, I've found. But we've been idle long enough. We should get moving.
No! I want to keep talking. What made Merrick such a great king?
There are men who inspire such devotion that everyone around would lay down their lives for him. And there are men who would come and go from this world, and no one notes it. What makes them so? Your guess is as good as mine. Merrick was remarkable. That's all I can say of him.
How did Merrick die, by the way? Was it like just a disease?
Go ahead.
What would you have done if you won?
I suppose that depends on how much of the kingdom was left by then. Once the border was secure, the army would have regrouped to push back the Darkspawn in the south.
Yeah, but the border was in no danger. Well, it's easy to say that, right? It's easy to say that the border was in no danger. But who knows? After, like, the Blight started, if Orlais would start attacking. And because Loghain is so distrustful towards Orlais, he kind of didn't want to let that happen. But again, that was a bad decision. And he already admitted that that was a bad decision. But let me see what he says. But the border was in no danger.
It's easy to say now.
Yeah.
The Chevaliers were massing on our doorstep. Things were a little less clear.
But again, that was a long time ago. And the throne?
It was never any question in my mind that Honora would remain on the throne. After all, who else was there? Merrick had no brothers or sisters. Most of the Therans were publicly hung by Megran when he took power.
But how could you afford to divide our forces?
We couldn't, especially after Ostagar. It wasn't an ideal plan, but it seemed necessary at the time.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Do you think Alistair will make a good king?
Eamon is a shrewd man. He'll be advising the boy. They'll do all right, I suppose.
That's a change from what you said at the Landsmeet.
I was trying to be polite. Your friend may get good advice from Eamon, but he's weak. All the bands know it. You can see them. A pack of wild dogs waiting for a bone. The first chance they get, they'll pry concessions out of him. They'll pick at the throne until it's only a gilded chair with no power or authority at all.
I think he's 100% right. And that's why Honora is there. Honora will stop that from happening. Why would Eamon support Alistair's bid for the throne then?
Because Eamon, for all his merits, is a conservative man. He believes in tradition and inheritance, and would never see the daughter of a freeholder, however gifted, in power.
Which is bullshit. Yeah, but you're a Terran now. Doesn't that make Honora nobly born?
I was a Terran. But my father was a farmer, as was his father and all the generations of Muktias that history remembers. And Celia, my wife, was a cabinet maker's daughter. Hardly a royal pedigree. This discussion profits no one. I may be wrong. I will certainly hope so.
Fine, let's talk about something else.
By all means.
Do you think Honora will make a good queen?
Honora is a good queen. She has been for 5 years now.
Yeah, then why did you take power from her? That's a good question.
Whatever she might think, I never took power from Honora. She may have felt threatened, but I most pointedly did not remove her from the throne. In all seriousness, Honora is formidable. You should know that by now.
Will the bands follow her?
They always have before.
Few among the nobles have ever been under any illusions as to who really held power in Denerim. Anora is strong enough to endure. She may make a few mistakes along the way, but she'll survive them. But this isn't the time to discuss such things.
Were you really going to kill Anora?
Anora always did have a flair for the dramatic. She could have been a bard.
You didn't answer my question, you know.
It's a foolish question.
No, it's not.
I'm sure you think me capable of every sort of evil, but Anora is my only child.
Why me, though? Why me what? Is this like a dumb question? Why me, though? So I broke into the royal palace for nothing?
Well, I'm sure having you come to her rescue gave Anora no small amount of pleasure.
Of course. Alright, sure. Why me, though?
Is that a serious question?
I
Is there
told you.
someone else you know of who could stand up to the Landsmeet?
What was Anora like as a child?
So far as anyone could tell, she was the undisputed monarch of the whole world. She'd fall, skin her knees, and command them to stop stinging. It may have worked, too.
She sounds like a terror.
I suppose she was. It's the peculiar joy of parents to be terrorized by their children, however. If you're expecting some particular insight into my daughter's character, I'm afraid I'm probably not the best source. I'm hardly impartial.
Yeah, it's true. Well, no one alive knows her better than you.
You think so? I'm not certain of that myself.
Aww. Are you and Anora close?
I think you already know the answer to that.
What? No, I don't. Like, are you, like, close? Like, I know that she didn't want you to die, but that's just because you're her dad. And, you know, she loves him at the end of the day. But, like, are they still close? Did she have many friends?
Guarin sits in between the Brazilian forest and the sea. It's far from the old Tevinter roads. The village by our keep was never even as big as Redcliffe. There are always a few children around. Charcoal burners, sons and daughters mostly, or the children of servants. They formed into noisy gangs in the courtyard for their games. But Anora never joined them.
Good. Why not? Sure, let's see.
I don't know. Children are in some ways vicious animals, forming packs and defending them from outsiders. Anora was always an outsider.
I think it's more than that she was like a watcher. I've known a few people that are outsiders as well, like in terms of like they prefer not to be part of the group, but they will hang around and listen. And people who usually do that normally have like people from the group to go talk to them, and then they start like speaking more than they should, let's just say it like that. At least that's what happened to me at work. What about in Denerim? Did she have friends there?
Kalen. He was a bit younger than she was, but Anora would lead him about the palace like a puppy on a leash, deep in adventures together. I believe the two of them once fought an army of ogres in the wine cellar. That was their explanation for all the broken bottles, anyway.
Why would Merrick give you Tairnir, whatever, in the middle of nowhere?
Because it was vacant. And though it's off the trade routes close to Denerim, it was a good place for children to grow up. Solitude isn't terrible, you know. She had a free reign over the woods. But this is not really the time or place to discuss my daughter. We have work to do.
But we're bonding, Logan. Bonding.
Go ahead. Of course.
Alright, never mind. Nice, Logan plus 15.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at your success. You beat me. Perhaps you can do this after all.
Oh, he's starting to believe me. What does that mean?
Nothing. Don't mind me. Do you want something? I suppose I have a moment.
Never mind.
Course.
Oh, wait.
Do you want something? I suppose I have a moment.
Never mind. Alright. Well, let me see. I think I actually have a gift for him. Open up.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks.
Do you want something? I suppose I have a moment. Of course.
What? Alright. Still doesn't have anything to say. I'll give him more cake.
Thanks.
No problem.
Do you want something? I suppose. Of course.
What? Nothing new yet. Alright, I'll give you more cake. I'm just gonna stuff him.
Thanks.
There you go.
Do you want something?
Oh,
Of
he doesn't have
course.
anything else to say. Oh, maybe I gotta leave camp first. Maybe that's what it is.
You are much taller than I expected.
Am I? You expected me to be short?
Well, you are also younger than I imagined. Great generals are supposed to be old men who sit far from the battlefield.
I've never been nor hope to be a great general then.
No?
Based.
Suppose that explains your loss at Ostagar then.
Whoa! Damn. Alright. What about you, Wen? Do you have anything to say? Come on, let's go.
I've seen you eyeing me, Wen. Trying to watch for the moment when I turn on you.
I thought you'd be more likely to attack me in my sleep, actually. Isn't that what you do? Strike when your quarry cannot defend themselves?
You've made your point.
I do not trust you, Loghain.
I've become a Grey Warden. I've made promises. If I break them, my life is forfeit.
That does not give me much reassurance.
That's not something I can change.
I will remain wary of you, Loghain, for a very, very long time to come.
Damn. I guess they're not gonna be friends, huh?
So, is it Lord Loghain?
I'm no longer a Terran, nor even a knight. Address me without a title as you would any other Grey Warden.
So just Loghain, then?
Correct. What's on your mind?
You know who I am, yes? I was one of the crows you hired to kill the Grey Wardens.
I thought you looked familiar.
Well, I just wanted to report that I failed my mission, Loghain.
You don't say.
I'm terribly broken up over it.
Well, thank you kindly for informing me.
Damn, he's... Alright, that was pretty good.
You look as though you want to say something, Wynne. What's stopping you? You've never held your tongue for politeness' sake before.
No, it's nothing.
Why should that matter? Been plenty of occasions in the past when you've had nothing to say and said it anyway. Loudly, in fact.
Loghain, you are not making this any easier.
My apologies. I should certainly not be complaining that you've no vitriol for me.
I would rather have something scathing to say to you, but I do not. I feel I should admit that I have been mistaken about you.
As it is a rather brave thing to admit a mistake, I will only say thank you.
Yes. Well, it won't happen again.
Wow. Okay. Of all the things, I was not expecting that. You know what? I think I'm gonna do this, but instead of going to Denerim, I am actually going to the Mage Tower. To the docks. Yeah, I think this is actually a good place to go, to have these conversations.
What are you playing at?
I beg your pardon?
He may be young, but he's no fool. I doubt he's forgotten what you've done.
Madam, I've no idea what you're trying to suggest. Speak plainly. If you wish to accuse me of something, do it.
Oh, I have so many things to accuse you of, Loghain MacTier, that I hardly know where to begin. But I'll save them for another time. For the moment, know that I am watching you. Don't think a few friendly words for the Warden will put everyone off their guard.
If watching me amuses you, madam, feel free. Now, if you don't mind, I have things to attend to.
She's shit-talking him because him and I are like friends, our buddies. I gave him cake, and she doesn't like that I gave Loghain cake.
I didn't think it was a human practice, making a comrade of a defeated foe.
It isn't. These are unusual circumstances.
It is encouraging to see.
Encouraging?
Oh, really?
Perhaps your people are becoming more like Kunari. You could do worse.
Do you mean to say that Kunari do make comrades of their beaten opponents?
Kunari do not waste resources, and few are more valuable than lives.
How exactly do you go about making your enemies work for you?
We're a persuasive people, if you couldn't tell.
Torture. Okay. Alright.
Tell me, what did the Kunari come to Thedas for?
You know the answer.
Do I?
Yes. Why did humans come here?
Humans have always been here.
Have they? The elves tell another story.
That happened so long ago, it can reasonably be said that humanity has been in Thedas forever.
You have a strangely short view of eternity, then.
Damn, he's right. Stan is super right.
Here, some smoked boar safe from supper. It'll do you good.
He's feeding my dog!
I had a Mabari once. Adala, that was her name. We found her in the woodshed one night. She was still a pup then. We never figured out where she came from. My mother called her a gift from the Maker. And she really was. She was beautiful. She had a lovely chestnut brown coat and the most intelligent, understanding eyes. You would have liked her.
He wags his tail. That is super cute.
We grew up together. She never left my side, not once. 10 years we had her, before she was taken away.
Taken? He cocks heads and looks curiously at Loghain.
Another time, perhaps. Finish your snack.
What? But what happened? Now I want to know what happened. What happened to Loghain's dog? Who the hell took... Dude, was it the Orlesians? Alright, you know what? If Orlesians took my cats, I would go to war as well. I would hate Orlesians forever. All of them. Amon sniffs the air.
Don't give me that face. I'm betting you want the cheese in my pocket.
He sits patiently. And waits patiently.
Very well, here you go. Don't eat it all at once. Or do, whichever you prefer. I used to keep cheese in my pocket for Adala, too. I think the rinds were her favorite part. I mentioned she was taken from us, did I not? This was when Orlais still ruled, and it was an Orlesian lordling who took her.
Damn, I knew it.
Blood of our noble Mabari with their frail, wasp-waisted gamehounds, which were bred for looks, not intelligence. Tried to keep her, but there was little I could do to stop the Orlesian. I wasn't even a man then. You can imagine what it was like for her, being torn away from the boy, the family she was bonded to. It was 6 months before we saw her again. The Orlesians returned her, and when I say returned, I mean pushed her out of his wagon. She was skin and bone, and still carried the scars from where their pronged collars bit into her neck. She never quite recovered. She passed away after a week. It was as though she held on long enough to come home to us. I held her head in my lap. I believe she died happy.
Oh. Man, no wonder, dude. No wonder he hates Orlais.
I saw a golem like you once, back when I was fighting in the army with Marek many years ago.
Good for it.
Could you be the same creature? You were more servile then. The pet of a mage in Arl Rendorn's employ.
Do I strike it as servile?
Not at all. Perhaps I'm mistaken. I would no doubt remember such sarcasm.
Then we're in agreement.
I think it is her. Because if a mage was controlling the golem, then it must have been like her mage, right?
It could have won its battle. It knows this, surely.
I am to be subjected to the golem's ruminations now. Charming.
It said that it did what it had to do in order to protect its nation. But that is not quite true, is it?
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, Golem.
Slain the woman, Anora. Then it would have been made king long before any challenge could have been made.
You are speaking of my daughter. if you're not aware.
I am aware. It said, however, that it would do anything that it had to. But this was not true.
I was unwilling to kill my own daughter, yes, that is true. You think me weak for it?
I am uncertain. Had it known then what it knows now, would its decision have been different?
No, I would not have killed her, even had I known.
Then, I am content.
Damn. Dude, Shale put him on the spot. Ah, but that's cool. That's cool that he actually said it. That he would never kill Honora. That's good. See, like, stuff like this, it humanizes him a lot. Which I think it's important. It's very easy to, make your, try to portray your enemy as the devil. But I actually think that it's more important to, how do you say it? Humanize them before judging them. I know it makes things harder, but I think it's important because it kind of, it puts things into perspective, and I think that's important. Like, it's like, okay, he did the wrong stuff and he should die for it, but you should also realize, like, the reasons why he did it. He should still get punished, right? But it's important for us to have that in mind. That's what I think.
So, you're a Ferelden girl who decided to live in Orlais.
I did not decide to live in Orlais. My mother took me there with her. I know how you feel about the Orlesians, but I am not one of them.
You may as well be. You grew up there, your views and values are theirs. I've heard you speaking with the others. You find Ferelden unsophisticated, barely civilized.
No, this is not true.
You're painted to look like you're a Ferelden, but scratch the surface and find nothing but Orlais underneath.
Damn. Alright.
It's you, the Grey Warden. Andraste's mercy that you got here when you did. I thought for sure these monsters were going to get me.
Monsters? What's happened? Where is everyone?
They all fled to the castle this morning, before the Darkspawn arrived. I thought I could make it to my home and back before they got here, but it took me too long to get down here. What a relief you arrived.
And there are more Darkspawn at the castle?
By now, yes. They'd have reached the castle walls. I'm going to get out of here before any more of those things arrive. Thank you again.
Great. Logan, you ready?
What can I do?
Jesus Christ.
Creatures.
Oh my god, there's so many of them. That's fine. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna sleep all of them. There you go. And now, we are all going to attack the same guy. All of us, okay?
Weapons at the ready.
Doesn't matter who it is. There you go. Good job. Wait, we are not done here. Now this guy. Whoa. Oh shit, Liliana. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
I am ready.
Time for a little cleanup.
Not, dude. Hell yeah. You know why she died? All of those guys died like that? It's because of the ice damage plus 20% that I have. Oh my god. Okay. Well, she just leveled up. Yeah, let's heal. And let's also do a little big fireball over there. Once it explodes, I will... There you go. Okay. I'm going straight to that emissary right there. Oh my god. Gotta heal. That didn't do shit! Do I have a bigger heal? don't think I do. Uh-oh, I may actually die again. Unless I manage to drink another potion? I kinda don't want to drink this one, though.
I'm ready.
No, you're not. You're dead. No!
You should run while you can.
Alright, you die. Revive me, please. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm getting absolutely destroyed. Duh, an ogre, of course. Good job, Liliana.
As you wish.
You forced our hand.
Get him, Logain! Ow. Kill him, Logain, kill him! Nice! Look at this! There he goes again! Damn, dude, Logain is a badass. That's what I'm talking about, dude. He's redeeming himself.
You're here. Thank goodness.
Did the Darkspawn get into the castle?
Some did, yes, but we were able to close the gates and kill the ones in the courtyard. I was told to watch for your arrival, Warden. Your comrade Riordan arrived just ahead of the Darkspawn attack. He has urgent news for you.
Riordan? Who the hell is Riordan again? Riordan? What's he doing here? I don't remember who Riordan is.
I don't rightly know. Things happened so fast, I only know he was scouting in the south before he arrived.
Alright, take me inside then. There must be no more delays.
I should take you to the hall right away, my lord. They'll be waiting for you there.
So, are there a few Darkspawn in the castle? No, maybe not. Oh, Riordan, this guy. Of course I didn't remember him.
It's a relief to see you unharmed. And you as well, Logain.
Yes, what a pleasure to see you again.
The Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number, I'm afraid. It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction, but that is not true.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away from the capital.
How certain are we that this is good information?
I ventured close enough to listen in, as it were. I am quite certain.
Has word been sent to Denerim?
Word has been sent, but they need more than warning. They need our armies.
There is, I'm afraid, one other piece of news that is of even greater concern. The Archdemon has shown itself. The dragon is at the head of the Horde.
Make her preserve us.
And we won't be able to reach Denerim within 2 days.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
Alright. Well, I agree. We've collected an army. Let's use it. I don't like any of the other options. And what about Redcliffe? Redcliffe doesn't matter. If Denerim falls, like, that's it. Like, it's better to try and get to Denerim and, you know, take the city than to just, you know, leave it. Is it even possible to reach the city in time? That's like the bitch thing to say. Like, you gotta go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's possible or not. Like, we just gotta go. Even if the Darkspawn get inside the city, like, we need to stop it from them finishing the city, you know? Alright, well, I agree. Let's go.
The Horde must be defeated, but the Archdemon is our true target, and only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march, and hope the army collected here gives you the chance you need. Arleman, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak, Your Majesty.
Then give the order. The longer we delay, the longer Denerim will be at the mercy of the Horde.
And just how are we supposed to defeat this Archdemon? Yeah, that's a good question.
An excellent question.
Then you don't know. Of course not. You're both new recruits Duncan wouldn't have expected.
I will give the orders at once, and will notify you the moment we are ready to march.
Excellent.
Perhaps you and Logain should meet me before you retire for the evening. There are things we need to speak of.
I will have someone show you to your rooms. I suggest you all get some rest while you can. We will need it.
Very well. Let's see. What is this big secret?
And what word have we from Orzammar? Has House Claret sent their men or haven't they?
They're stalling, which is as good as a no. House Claret's feud with House Romald has flared up again since their son died in that Deep Roads business. So naturally they're pleading the need for self-defense.
Fine time to start with that nonsense again. I've half a mind to... Evening to you, Grey Warden. I didn't realize you were still up and about.
Is there a problem with the Dwarven forces?
Nothing that can be dealt with now, I'm afraid. Just one of the houses being thicker than the stone that made them.
Once all of this blight business is done, there will be a reckoning in the Assembly. They're probably half hoping we'll all wind up dead. That way they'll have one of the strongest forces left in Orzammar. Enough to face the Darkspawn all on their own, I suppose? That's exactly the kind of half-arsed thinking that got us into the mess after Endrin passed. It was our good fortune that you decided to go to Orzammar when you did, Grey Warden. For all that a surfacer needed our help, I expect we needed yours more.
Well, carry on, man.
Right. Off to camp with both of you, and keep the drunkenness to a minimum. We have a long way to go yet. Pleasant evening to you, Grey Warden, and good fortune on the field of battle.
Alright, this is cool. We'll be able to speak with all our troops, I guess. Alright, ready, Loghain?
Let's see what this Riordan has to say.
You're both here. Good. Please know I assumed you had already been told. Otherwise I would have told you this when you freed me in Denerim. I'm sorry.
If you're trying to tell us that the Darkspawn taint will eventually mean our death, we do know this.
No, it's not that. I wish it were. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
I thought necessary might be an exaggeration.
It is no exaggeration, I'm afraid. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn. But should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
And what happens to the Grey Warden?
A Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
The Grey Warden that kills the Archdemon perishes.
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the blight ends. It is the only way.
So it's up to the three of us to kill this thing, huh?
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
Then this will be dealt with soon. One way or the other.
So it will. Let us hope it ends for the better.
You know what? It would actually maybe even be better for Loghain to have the final blow. Wouldn't that just mean that Loghain actually redeemed himself?
You should get some sleep before
like 100%?
There will be much to do when the army marches.
Like, what better, like, final redeeming story for Loghain to actually, like, be the one to sacrifice himself for Ferelden?
As you wish.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I.
Why would I be alarmed? You're my girlfriend. Finally decided to betray me. I'm not alarmed. I'm glad to see you.
I did not come here to speak of sentimental things. I came here to speak with you. I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be.